came out bustin', came out puffin', came out fucking on your cousin. I do all these bruises, then they damage. What you cover, you in trouble. I'm the same. I'm gon' barbecue a satin. That's your busy, it ain't shit. I went shopping, with it, ramen, kept my hundreds, kept my onions. We watched cable in my auntie, cause my papa wasn't rapping.
Alright, bro. So, obviously, the video from back in the day, the Go Demarcus. You know what I'm saying?
Turn it back on.
That was a hot joint. In a little while, I can turn it back on, but right now I'm doing something. Alright, so.
Go play, mommy.
That
You and
video,
Zion.
Watch out, baby. Watch out. Remember what the two choices is. Go to the playroom or go to bed. Which one you want me to do? You want me to get up so I can... Okay. Zion. What is this doing right here? What is this doing?
Luna brought
It don't matter if Luna brought it. You in charge. It don't matter if Luna brought it. You in charge. You let her bring it in here then. Okay then.
Luna, mommy, go play. Go play with Zion.
So the production company, Cats and Beans, got in contact with the viral star to Go Demarcus video, you know, from back in 2008, and they went through. I'll put the link below this on the YouTube and below this on all streaming services where you listen to this. But they pretty much, you know, went around, got all the people. It's only 3 people. Got the people together. You know what I'm saying? Had them speak about.
You watched the whole
documentary.
You watched the whole documentary.
I watched the whole documentary.
How long is this documentary?
30 minutes. I'll take 30 minutes out of my life to watch about a viral video that I thought was very ratchet, but you definitely saw that they were doing the best they could. And it's not the most creative video you've ever seen with all the most effects, but they was some people. Obviously, you find out in the documentary, they from Lafayette, Louisiana. You know, they got displaced after Katrina. You know, you hear about their whole story in the documentary. You get to see that they are a ratchet family just like my ratchet family. And you get to see that, you know, they do, you know, X, Y, and Z just like I do X, Y, and Z. And I thought it was beautiful for that production company from Kansas who doesn't have to actually understand them to not try to give you a narrative about their story and just show them as the people they are.
You want me to tell you how I felt about this? I watched the clip you sent me about this being a full documentary, and I was like, yo, my first problem, right? My first problem was this nigga referred to himself as a star.
Is he not a star?
No, nigga, he's not a star.
The video before it got deleted had like 9 million views.
He's not a star,
the production, the screen grab that's put back up has like 10 million views.
He's not a star. And this is in no way trying to be like a hater. It's just like, bro, realize what you were. He was like, I'm a star of the Demarcus video, which I guess in context he is correct, but ultimately it's like, bro, just vibe. Like, let's be humble. You was in this Demarcus video. You were Demarcus, and it is what it is.
So wait.
But then I did not need a whole documentary about where he is now. Like, there are a lot of niggas that I want to know where they are right now.
Top 3. Give me your top 3.
Cisco.
Okay.
I want to know where the fuck Cisco is right now.
All right, number 2.
Number 2 would have to be
Go.
The people who started the fight for Malice in the Palace.
That documentary.
It's coming out. So
it doesn't come out. It's already out. I watched that too, but I didn't want to make that part of this episode.
Okay, so I'm gonna figure out exactly where they are. My third person, we'll drop them at some point in time in the episode. Whoever my 3 is, but
number 1. Or which way you was counting that from the top? Number 1, the person you want to know the most.
I want to know where Cisco is. Okay. Yeah, that's my number 1 person right now. Where I'm like, yo, where is Cisco at?
I like the fact to find out that not only was the girl in the video his sister, thought that was like, oh, okay, well, that's what the fuck we do. Shit, I can't find another nigga.
I got my third person.
Go ahead, fuck it.
The fat nigga from Drumline.
Okay.
That has like the lip strap. That's in like the battle
The
off
nigga that looks
competition.
way too old to actually be in Drumline? Yes.
Yeah. I want to know where he is. That is my third person in life that I need to find out.
Not to kill that nigga off, but in Drumline, he was like 70 at that point in time. That nigga could be on the other side. Like,
no, man. I don't think he's that far gone. And look, man, I hope y'all have some other people that y'all are looking for, but ultimately, those are my three people off the top of my head since I got like.
Those are the people that you was like,
yeah, like
let me find these niggas.
Yeah, like bro, but like real shit, I want to know. Like nobody else wants to know where the fat nigga from Drumline is, but like I legitimately want to know that. I've been on that for like months, trying to find out where he is.
So did you IMDb to go down a rabbit hole to find out if you've been to anything else?
I did nothing.
You have done no research at all. You just keep putting it out there in the atmosphere.
I just want somebody to tell me. I want somebody else to feel the same way. Like, yo, is cuz alright? Like, is he straight? Like,
this man hit you up. If anybody knows the fat nigga from Drumline, please contact also K Reese on Instagram and let him know that nigga's, you know, working somewhere to keep his family alive. Like, I mean, gotta be, right? Like,
I have a phone number too. Most of the people who watch this, y'all have my phone number.
Okay.
So,
about to say,
you know,
how wild you about to get? How far you about to go?
What? Just
I said for a moment, like, whoa.
About the 281-330.
Hey, 004. Call my job up on the low. You tripping?
Nah, I wasn't gonna get
Hey, you know, we was kids, we was calling this number, like, and it was really just, you know, it was like a.
I think I was
like
too young to call.
I
think I was too young to call Mike Jones. Like, I didn't.
It was a promo line anyway, but you know, like, oh, you finna. But now I think if you call it, it is his number. Like, he always had access to the phone, but it was always just a promo line. But now, you know,
he just wants somebody to talk to.
He's in a different level of, you know, life, so he can pick up this phone now.
That's a whole other video. Nigga just calling Mike Jones, being like,
"What's up, bro?
Hey, is this Mike Jones?"
I'm tripping. I went out to Houston. I should have called Mike Jones, like. Because there was I had a issue out there, and I feel like Mike Jones could have helped me with my issue I was having.
He could have pointed you in a direction.
He could have got me at least connected with somebody to help me with the issue I was having. Not to slander Houston, but if you come to Metro Atlanta and you have issues, like I had issues in Houston, you won't have that issue I had. You know what I'm saying? But to each his own. All right, so just to progress here. All right, so when you think about niggas that you ain't gonna try, I'm never gonna try Mike Tyson in a fight. I don't care how old this nigga is. Even when you old, you still got your power. You still gonna come with it. Michael Jordan. I'm not challenging this nigga one-on-one. He's still 6'6". I'm still 5'10" in platform shoes. You know what I'm saying? So let's be clear. Usain Bolt ain't a nigga I'm finna come at. I don't care what. Let's be clear. A nigga who won the 100 meters this year would have came in 5th place in the last Olympics where Usain Bolt won.
That was the Italian dude, ain't it?
Yeah, Italian Lamont.
Yeah, my boy, he having some identity issues.
He's not having identity issues. The Etruscans founded Italy after leaving North Africa. There's nothing wrong with what Lamont.
This nigga was from Texas.
He might be, but you gotta get in where you can fit in.
Nah,
you know what I'm saying? What Olympic team
my
can you
boy
make?
from Texas out here running for Italy? No, my boy, that's crazy. That's crazy. Like I understand how it works out, and you just go and I don't like you go and pick who you want to play for or whatever. But like, no, my boy from Texas, his name Lamont. That sounds like an old Texas nigga name. Like, come on, my boy. Like, that's crazy.
Okay, but beyond that, if you really want to go crazy, would you challenge Usain Bolt to a race?
Not me.
Even if you were Tyreek Hill, you challenge Usain Bolt to a race.
I mean, it's Tyreek. I feel like you got room to just explore, and I feel like you can get people to pay for that as well. Like if it is paid content, let's say you charging people like $2 to watch that race. It might not be very long, but I know I'm at least pay $2.
I will bootleg the stream that costs $50 on pay-per-view to watch Usain Bolt race Tyreek Hill in a race that's gonna last 10 seconds. What are you talking about? That number is too short. $2. What do you think they gonna put that on Patreon? No, they gonna go just like they do that freaking golf match with Tom Brady and Phil Mickelson every year on freaking pay-per-view. That's the same thing they would do, right? And then, you know, they would have other things going on. They would let Snoop Dogg host it. You know how they do on Triller?
I gave you my number. Anything over $2, I don't give a fuck.
You were gonna bootleg stream it anyway if you were to even watch the race that was gonna pop up on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook,
Yeah.
Twitter.
I'm just gonna watch it there.
Right, like, what you talking about? You don't got a cap for me.
Yeah,
I'm just saying, that's not the real number.
I'm just gonna no. My number is $2. $2, I'll pay for it. You got me. I'm in here.
So you'll go to somebody's party that they having for the Usain Bolt race and shoot $2 for entry fee. That what you saying?
It depends. Like if that's my nigga, then I mean I'm
What if you my nigga, you charge me $2 to go to your fucking party that you paid $50 for the fucking Usain Bolt event?
Look,
like what the
whatever.
fuck,
Look,
nigga?
man. People.
I'm already bringing a bottle.
And
I'm probably bringing some issues.
I, with a friend, Alex, who was on here, run a business. So at the end of the day, pay for my product. If this is what you charging me, I respect it. Here's your money. I'ma go on about my
yeah. Shout out to Koi ATL. What the fuck? Could you explain to me what the fuck you do at Koi ATL real quick while you just break into this Usain Bolt thing?
I mean, simply, man, we just create dope shit that inspires motherfuckers. Like I don't want to make it deep. It's not deep. We are
intentional, is what y'all are.
Currently. That's what this collection is. It's be intentional. It's a reminder for anybody, and no matter where you at in life, whatever you're doing, there are days where it's not hitting the same way. So sometimes you need that constant reminder when your head's down. You look at your socks. All right, be intentional. Let me get on top of my stuff. If I need to eat better, let me eat better. If I need to read more, let me read more. If I need to drink more water, let me drink more water. If I need to work out, let me work out. Whatever it is, but it's all of those things along with more. So like that's just where we are right now. That was one of the first things that we stopped on, and we got something else coming very, very soon. So it's no stop. Hey. Anybody that bought a pair of socks, I fucking love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Y'all overshot where we thought or what we thought we were gonna do.
I'm fucking retarded. Could you spell it out for me?
What you mean?
Like what the site like in the pages on social media? Could you?
Oh yeah, man. Everything is at Koi ATL.
How's that spelled?
KOI. ATL.com, and then on Instagram it's KOI dot ATL.
Okay,
and you'll find us there, man. And look, socks up there. Be intentional. Currently, appreciate it. Like I said, man.
Yes. You said it's KOI dot ATL on Instagram.
Yeah.
And KOIATL.com
for sure
on the website.
Yeah, y'all know where we at.
I hope they got that because I'm retarded and I feel like I got it. Okay. Alright. And I meant that in derogatory way, like not
like the old school 1900s way of saying retarded. Like when you can say retarded and not get canceled.
Yeah. There's a lot of words that I won't digress on right now. But on Dan Patrick's show, Usain Bolt was on there. Dan Patrick asked Usain Bolt how he felt. Because he was getting challenged on Twitter by Tyreek Hill. What he said was Tyreek Hill bumped into him, and every time he bump into Tyreek Hill be running his mouth off. And Tyreek Hill be feeling it on himself. No disrespect, like the man is fast. Like we watch the man, you know what I'm saying, in the NFL. He be having to slow down for Patrick Mahomes, who has a cannon to throw him the ball. No disrespect to either one of them people. Patrick Mahomes, Tyreek Hill, Usain Bolt. All of these people respected at what they do. The greatest at what they do. You know what I'm saying? Really, actually. Usain Bolt on Dan Patrick, he was actually coy about his abilities, but what he said was, and this was a flex. It's a flex to say that you ran a 4.22 in sweats. That right? Like, you know what I'm saying? That's a flex. That's a flex. Let's be clear. If you ain't never been to Foul Mouth, Jamaica, Like, you can't go through Falmouth, Jamaica without anybody explaining to you the road that Usain Bolt used to run on. It's the main road through Falmouth. It's the main road that go all the way around Jamaica. Usain Bolt used to just run this road. Let's be clear. If you run on the road in Jamaica, you a tough ass nigga to begin with. So when he like wins the Olympics and you see him looking back to see if there's other niggas in this race with him, it's just a chance that this might not be the thing for you. What Usain Bolt said was, I run that nigga in a 70. I run 70 meters, 40, a 40-yard dash, whatever you want, right? You know what I'm saying? Listen, just to be clear and take this back to what I was saying. I'm not challenging Mike Tyson to a fight. I'm not challenging Michael Jordan to basketball. I'm not challenging Usain Bolt to running backwards. I'm not coming for this man.
That's what he does.
This is not what he does. You know how certain people was put on the earth to do certain things? Usain Bolt is on this earth to dust you. Duh. There's no misunderstanding about that. You can easily see that.
You just want them to know where my price, where it sets.
Go ahead.
Anything other than that, I'll see the highlights on Instagram. Like,
they gonna be able to show you the whole race in the story.
I mean, that's all it is. I mean, that's where I caught the majority of the Olympics. Like, no disrespect, but like, I knew the Olympics were on and didn't watch them. I was like, all right, let me just this year I was out of it as much as possible, and I think a piece of that boils into like a lot of last year. Like when we talk about last year, all the things that people were like mentally a part of, like I couldn't then like dive myself into being an American. Like I was a little detached from that. I was a little away from that, but I was glad to see that they finally pulled it out of basketball. Cause boy.
Okay. During the break at the end of the first quarter, Damian Lillard pulls a full court shot that looked true. Like it almost went in. It doesn't matter, they were already up 4. This against France in the gold medal game. The best part is they cut to a highlight because, you know, it's the end of the quarter and they're going to break anyway. When they cut to the highlight, the announcer calls Kevin Durant Captain America. No shade. You know what I'm saying? I just don't feel like Kevin Durant is qualified to be Captain America. And for the reasons of what you're saying. No. I'm more on the direction of what you're saying. We spent 2020 not saying that people of color in America are disassociated. We're not monolithic. We don't all feel the same way. For every, you know, Michael Eric Dyson, there's a Candace Owens. You know, all platforms aren't even, all spaces aren't even. But for what you're saying, when it comes to, I spent last year not knowing if I was accepted as an American, that's completely different than when it's time for this event, when it's time for American representation. What does America represent? And you hear that a lot when you go abroad. When I go to Jamaica, when people go to Paris, when you go to Mexico, I'm an American. Okay, guys, back to the playroom. Okay.
While we're in the middle of this crash, I just realized I have on my school shirt. Can you give me like a good blur?
I'll blur you out.
Okay. Well, as long as you can give me a good blur, we are good to go.
But
like I want like a good sensor. You might as well censor my face.
Just leave eyes
for a portion of the video. Like that might as well be how we rocking. Like, man, forget it, bro. You gotta just try something different sometimes. But nah, bro. Ultimately, here's the thing. I understand our disassociation with being American. But then also, I think the problem in that is we don't be acting American enough sometimes. Like, we have the credit and the opportunity to do these things, but we don't really take advantage of them because sometimes we're so inside of ourselves, like, oh, they did all of this. Nah, bro, it's time to just really start taking advantage of all of the things that we're supposed to do. Like, hey, I got the right to bear arms. I'm finna have all of them. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like, if I have the freedom of speech, then I'm finna talk mine. But then I'm gonna push it. You know, to where I think it can go. Like that is that. Like it is a piece of it. You know what I'm saying? Like I think we don't.
My man made it through 2 amendments. So go ahead.
No, do you want me to keep going?
I don't want you to keep going, but
I'm taking full advantage of it because if we're gonna continue to strip ourselves, it's not like we're gonna be like immediately accepted elsewhere. So it's not a thing where we can just detach. We can't detach. Either we gonna have to go in and address what needs to be addressed and do it, or you're gonna put yourself in a situation to be fighting for this placement elsewhere, which I understand, I recognize, I realize, but ultimately there has to be something. There has to be a time where we're gonna be like, nah, man, fuck this. This is just as much ours. We put as much blood, sweat, and tears into this, probably more.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
So exactly. So how can we then not feel as if this belongs to us?
Well, I mean, if I have to pick out an issue for real, it's the fact that we ask for it, and I don't ever feel like black people have to ask. I feel like we should just start doing.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
I definitely feel like we should just start doing.
That's exactly
like, what's
what
the point of me asking for equality? Nah, ain't no whites only sign up. I'm about to go sit here. I'm about to go do that.
Yeah.
I think if we put in any era, that is our era for asking for permission instead of asking for forgiveness.
You know, so it's that. Like, if it's a call to anything, it's a call for the Black American. You know, it's a fresh idea off the top of my head right now, but right now we have the opportunity to define what the Black American is. Like before us, it's not. There's nothing. Like you said, when we go outside of the country, we was born here, so we are that. We have a nationality, but then we have to.
I have to defend my nationality when I'm in my nation, and when I'm abroad, my nationality is predetermined.
You know what I'm saying? So
and that's weird. Like that's not probable. Like that's not a way it should be. Like there's no reason in why I should do. That is true. Yes. Go ahead, but you gonna handle it. I appreciate that. There's no space in which I should think that. There's no space in which I think that I should go cut the grass in your playroom. There's no space. Okay, well then, do whatever you can in your playroom. There's no space in which I should be able to. I should have to defend my nationality within my nation, but I represent my nation outside of my nation.
You know, that's the complexity of being black in America. Like ultimately, it's something that it's a conversation. It really is a conversation because other people feel differently about it. But that's why I'm huge on, well, what is our code? Like, not necessarily that anybody else has had the opportunity to do this, but I feel like we may need the avenue just to sit down and talk about, well, what does this look like for us? What does the next 100 years look like for us in America? And then expand it from there, because if we get to some space where we can plan out what is our intention, what is our plan, what are we looking to do, then it ultimately not only benefits us, but it benefits our kids, it benefits their kids, so on and so forth. You know,
I do think we're doing a better job than our great grandparents. Not saying our great grandparents didn't do good jobs. most of our great grandparents, especially for people of my age range, I take it from 40 to 25. Our great grandparents were people who own homes, were married, own property. You know what I'm saying? If not, might have been business owners. And while we definitely taken the pandemic time to see those opportunities and understand what they mean for generations to come, and we're definitely working on that. We're not only seeing that, but we're understanding that our community efforts, like us keeping together, us doing it within the community, is more important than actual whatever you would measure as success. We're not perfect. We understand we're not perfect.
Yeah, for sure.
And so we're not looking for perfection. We're looking to do better so our next generation can do better. And that's something I really do respect and understand out of us. I ain't here to hotep and talk about what we not doing. I'm always trying to speak breath into what we are doing, understanding that we all understand that we want better than this, but we have to start somewhere.
But that's what my call to action is. It's not about what we're not doing. It's about what we should be doing. What the conversations in our homes, the conversation with our friends, we see it from time to time. It's a meme currently where it's like, if your friends ain't talking about real estate and investing and so on and so forth, you shouldn't have those friends right now, because that is the direction that we're trending in. That is what ultimately we all want. But I think it's bigger, I think it's greater if we not necessarily force the issue, but we just push that conversation constantly. Like, we know we want better. That is what we're aiming for. And there's no way off of this trajectory. No. That's what we're aiming for at the end of the day.
If I had, because I definitely want better for people of color, and if you pay attention to any type of national information, the census statistics came back and it already determined that people of color grew at an exponential rate.
Where we at now?
Been seen. Black people are actually up to like 30. I think it said 35%, and
that's crazy compared to where they were like they were putting us at 13%. Yeah, for the last time that 13. So to know that we're really like 30.
Yeah. It's been a big thing, and people that who claim to be singularly white has dropped at the highest rate that it has ever dropped. People who claim that they're multiple races have increased. I mean, if we want to talk about that, which I did want to get into, all that's really gonna happen in that situation is the dominant culture is going to start accepting people in to increase their rate again.
And this,
but you remember, there are people who want to be a part of the dominant culture. There are definitely a lot of people
on that. There's that, but then there's one of statistical dominant culture, and then there's another of what the actual dominant culture is.
Oh yeah. We're definitely the cultural dominant culture. Like, I don't look for any dominant culture influences to determine what I think is fashion, music, food, the things that make culture. Like, I don't look outside because I don't have to. I'm in the dominant culture of culture creation.
So that's why it's like there's I guess I would say there's a push against that wording or that terminology, because statistical compared to impact is different. Yeah. Because you don't have to be the largest in order to be the most impactful.
Well, I mean, if there were times when southern states were the majority of the population of those states were of the dominant influential culture, then I can't really trust the person that's counting to tell me the truth. I can trust this count because this count had to have been closer to the truth without skewed information, but I know the reaction to this count will lead to a broadening of what the dominant culture from a power perspective is going to call who their people are, because there are definitely people of certain ethnic groups that would want to have that acceptance. And I live in an anomaly situation, you live in an anomaly situation. In Metro Atlanta, there is no point in me ever trying to or wanting to fall in with the national power base, because here the power base is the dominant influential culture.
Yeah.
So I don't have to do that. I can go to a place that is part of the dominant influential culture and have a better time than if I tried to go to what is the national dominant power.
Luna, no, you're wrong. You hit Zion first. No, stop crying. You hit Zion, and then he hit you back. He should have. Do not hit. Now go play.
But just to put the cherry on top of this nigga Kevin Durant can't be Captain America. You heard about the book that's coming out about them boys, about the Brooklyn Nets team? Okay.
A book? What?
Yo, okay. So
who wrote a book about this fast? Niggas is just they're trying to be a part of something.
Yeah.
There's no reason to even write a book about this like
they gave the writer a lot of access to him.
They didn't even win anything yet. They haven't done anything to deserve a book. If you write a book about the Golden State Warriors. Write a book about like the Miami Heat in that era. But But what are you gonna do? What did you write a book about in this first season of the Nets being together?
Well, he got the juiciest detail to me, but it's not the juiciest detail. I'll give you the real, true juiciest detail. The juiciest detail to me is Kevin Durant has a security guard, and he is chauffeured around, and obviously he has a roller because the NBA does not test for cannabis anymore or your THC levels. So whenever Kev feels like it, he goes to the truck. He hotboxes the truck. Comes on back.
That's fire.
The juiciest detail that he was able to obtain was the fact that the Nets, the team pays for your side chick's room in hotels. So yeah.